have the Olympics in London. No one will be able to get there. If we do have it in London, we should have a special London triathlon where you have to get a 133 down Brixton Hill to Stockwell and then a Northern Line to London Bridge and then a Network South East back to East Croydon. If you can do that in less than 6.5 hours, you deserve a gold bloody medal.
Well done, Mark. Good down. Congratulations. Right, 2 contestants left, 1 on each team. We have a tie-break situation. I'm going to spin the wheel one more time. I want the 2 remaining players, Andy and Frankie, to go head-to-head on the same topic. The subject is the United States. Andy, you want to go first?
For those of you who were disappointed at the American election, don't be. Americans do love their guns, which is why 6 out of 43 US presidents have been shot. So we still have a 1 in 7 chance of getting rid of the idiot, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, George Bush and Tony Blair, they're always going, aren't they? Oh, well, we live in a much safer world without Saddam Hussein. I'm not sure I didn't prefer the more dangerous world with Saddam Hussein, a world when you could get on a train, see an unattended package, and think, crikey, I'm having that.
Good work from Andy. Frankie, it's up to you now.
Well, I've got nothing against American people. I mean, you meet them and they're always very cheerful, aren't they? I often think we should be more heavily medicated as a society. But the American government has this deliberate pose of stupidity. It's an act. So they're in Iraq at the minute going, I don't know why we invaded Iraq. We can't find any weapons of mass destruction. Everywhere we did, we keep striking oil. and George Bush is the epitome of that. I mean, you look at him and the wheel's spinning, but the hamster's dead.
I think the winner close to 6. I'm going to give to Andy and to Andy too here as well. Well done, Mark, Rory and Andy are the winners. Our next round is called If This Is the Answer, What Is the Question? On the board are 6 categories relating to current events. For each category, I read out an answer and the players have to guess what the question might be. Andy, do you want to choose?
Yes, I would like famous people, please.
Famous people is the category. The answer is bold and brave. What is the question?
Is it, how would you describe the crazy frog, given that he wears a crash helmet but no underpants?
Is it, what do you have to be to say wrong number to Russell Crowe?
What sort of washing powder did they use at Custer's last stand?
Sorry. Is it what you would describe anybody who goes into an NHS hospital for a routine operation?
Is it what are David Beckham's pet names for his testicles?
Yes.
I'll give you a clue. It's to do with the watery protest.
Oh, it's about Sail 8.
Yes, it is indeed. The question is, how did Bob Geldof describe the sailors who will take part in Sail 8? Here's a picture of Bob sitting.
He knows what he's doing, doesn't he?
He's missed some of the fundamentals there, to be honest. He's not really going to get very, very far like that. It's the latest scheme for Bob, who wants 10,000 people to sail to France and pick up protesters keen to join the march to Edinburgh on July the 3rd.
Are they going in over there just to pick up the duty-free for Live 8? Is that what
He just sent one ferry over, for Christ's sake. And did he tell the French anything about this plan?
I don't think he's told anyone about anything that he says at all. It's just as it comes to
It
him.
just pops into his head every week. Like last week, 1 million. Walk to Edinburgh. That's what we do. And this week, and sail across the river. Like next week, okay, everyone on one leg. Everyone on the island on one leg. Right? Right. All go down to the Isle of Wight. I've always wondered if that's true. Everyone to the Isle of Wight. We'll go.
When you get people like Phil Collins on the telly going, just £2,000 is all we need to feed this village, I'll just think, well, bloody give it to them then.
Speaking as a country that actually had, once again, obviously not in living memory, but we had a famine. If you guys had turned around 150 years ago and recorded a charity record from the middle of the Irish potato famine, we would have been deeply insulted by the effort. Do they know it's Christmas? No, we have other priorities at the moment.
was really pissed off. Because you used to be able... There was a time when you could get Irish-themed crisps. And it was always upset me there were only 3 in a packet.
Yeah, laugh at the pain, rich Englishman.
Yes.
You have such a landowner's head in you as well. Right here. Do I owe you rent in any way?
I've actually got a friend I think's got the right attitude towards charity, because when that Feed the World single came out, I said to her, have you bought that? She went, no, I've taped it off a friend.
Yes, it's expected that the flotilla of boats sailing from France to Britain will help change the lives of Africans, not to mention the lives of Albanians clinging to the hull. OK, Joe, which category would you like?
I'd like international news, please, Dara.
OK, international news. The answer is a corpse. What is the question?
Is it what came second to Anne Widdecombe in a poll of things we'd least like to sleep with?
Is it what medical students use if they can't find a frisbee?
or a friend.
Is it, if you live in the small television village of Midsummer, what will you soon be?
Is it what's Michael Jackson come as?
Is it, so who's 11-10 favourite to win the Conservative leadership race?
Is it what do you call a small area of woodland in Glasgow?
Is it what do you find in a small area of woodland?
Is it what will improve Celebrity Love Island? I'll tell you the only reality show I want to see. Find Osama. 12 minor celebrities get sent to Afghanistan.
I'll give you a clue on this one. A corpse is the answer. It's because of a rejection.
This has to be what Liam Fox, who's now the... Is he Shadow Foreign...
Shadow Foreign Secretary, yes.
They're so shadowy, this lot, don't you? I mean, I don't know half of these shadow Conservative cabinet... Oh, I don't think Michael Howard does. He said, I don't care, they're in the dark, nobody will know. Right, you, have you ever done anything in public life? Now's your chance. And Liam Fox used to be a doctor, and he said, I used to be a doctor, and I look at the European Constitution, and I know a corpse when I see one.
That's exactly what he said, yes. Dr. Fox, the Shadow Foreign Secretary, told Jack Straw in the Commons, this constitution is a case for the morgue. He urged the government to abandon plans for a referendum. Dr. Liam Fox said, I may no longer practice medicine, but I can tell a corpse when I see one, at which point Michael Howard grinned nervously and scurries back to his coffin. Let's go on to the next round, but I think the winner in that one is difficult to judge, but I think Andy, Frankie. Points for Andy and Frankie. This next round, we call it Prime Minister's Questions. For the purposes of this game, I'll be the Speaker of the House of Commons. Rory, you're going to take the role of Tony Blair. Joining you on the front benches are Mark and Andy as your Labour colleagues. Joe, Hugh and Frankie, you are members of the opposition. You'll be taking a small story, but treating it as if it's the heavyweight issue of the week. To start, I'd like to ask the Prime Minister to give his statement on the government's reaction to the news that Kevin the monkey has escaped from his cage in Belfast Zoo following a dispute with his father. Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, news has only just reached us of this event. I'm sure that members of the Ulster Constabulary are currently combing the area for Kevin. We hope to announce that shortly. I haven't finished yet. As I said to Gordon, I haven't finished yet. We'll do our best to recapture him. In the meantime, the police are doing a wonderful job.
Here!
Can I just say...
Sit down or I'll smash your face in, you Tory
Can I just say
sorry,
that
the Deputy Prime Minister makes his point in his own way, and I agree with his sentiments.
Can I just say that this whole monkey escape incident, which the Prime Minister has drawn a veil over, really, involved some terrible behaviour on behalf of the monkey, and does it not just point up the paucity of his policy of ASBOs, the antisocial baboon orders? Will the Prime Minister please serve an ASBO?